Hello everyone, welcome to the nation's capital of Canada, Ottawa, Ontario, on what is a beautiful Sunday afternoon at TD Place as Atlanta United 2 coming to town to face off against Ottawa Fury FC. Gordon Smith alongside myself, Tyler McDonald. Thank you so much for joining us here today. And Atlanta United 2 coming off a Wednesday loss to Tampa Bay, a 4-1 loss there, looking to rebound on the road against Ottawa Fury.
Two teams with similar records, 2-1-2 for the Fury, 3-1-3 for Atlanta United 2. Who's going to come out with the 3 points here this afternoon? We should know in a couple hours.
Luis Fernando's going to be our player to watch for Atlanta United. He's been fantastic so far this season.
I think the one thing that's impressive, coming from that wide left position, he's got 14 shots on goal, but his strike rate is amazing. 7 shots on target, 50% return. If you're getting that from any wide player, any midfield player, you're doing something right. And when he's in the attacking third today, the Ottawa Fury are really going to have to be very wary where he is at all times.
And Ottawa Fury are going to need Cristiano Francois really to pick things up because he hasn't scored one this year and it needs to get one here tonight.
Yeah, I think the body of work over the 5 games he's played has been good. You know, he's been bringing teammates into the play. He's been very impressive as far as his work rate. But when you brought in here as a striker, you've got to score goals. It's been the Fury's Achilles heel of the last 2 or 3 seasons, Tyler, and that's got to start picking up. A goal this afternoon against an Atlanta team that's leaked 11 goals. You leaked them in bunches at times. 4 goals, as you said, on Wednesday, 3 earlier on this season. If the Fury are able to get on the front foot early, could be a long afternoon for that back 4 of Atlanta.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Graham Ivory will be alongside the birthday boy, AJ Jakubek, on the call today. This is Ottawa Fury FC Soccer.
This program brought to you by Gabriel Pizza. Gabriel Pizza, home of the bigger, better pizza. Now available online at gabrielpizza.com.
I waited till I was 49, 4 months short of my 50th birthday to start. Wish I'd started a lot earlier. Just start. The first step's the hardest. It's never a direct route to get there. What better investment can you make? Because without health, we've got nothing.
All right, everyone got everything?
Let's go.
I have to go pee.
All right, okay.
All right,
Okay.
Here we go.
Wait, Dad, hold on. Something.
Okay.
All right.
I need my pillow.
Christopher!
Nah. No. You can't take that.
The brand new 3-row Subaru Ascent. The perfect family SUV for your mostly perfect family.
There are 8 million kids in Canada. By the time I finish this sentence, 6 of us will be cyberbullied. By the end of the month, 1 million. Bullied. We're not okay with that.
AJ Jakubek, Graham Ivory, as we get set for Ottawa Fury FC's 3rd home game of 2019 as they take on Atlanta United 2. And let's have a look at the starting 11 for both of these sides here this afternoon, starting with the visitors from Atlanta United 2. The keeper is Dylan Castanera. It's Wesley Descas, Jack Metcalf, Guillermo Benitez, and Tyler Ruthven at the back in a 4-4-2. In midfield, Luis Fernando, Will Vint, Lawrence Wyke, and Andrew Carlton. Up top, you've got Jackson Conway and Laurent Kissadou. For Ottawa Fury FC in their usual 4-3-3 formation, Callum Irving in goal, Anwo Bassi, Nana Adekora, Thomas Mayer-Jaguer, and Carl Howarth at the back. In midfield, Jeremy Gagnon-Lapare, Charlie Ward, and Dakota Barnathan. Kevin Oliveira, Moore Sam, and Cristiano Francois up top. So a little bit of turning things around with the injury to Val Fowl, and that means Dakota Barnathan moves into midfield, and replacing him, Nana Adekora, who of course was so good in that combination in central defense last year, paired with Thomas Meyer-Jaguar.
Yeah, well, those two certainly played off very well with each other. Interested really today to see how Barnathan works in that midfield with Charlie Ward, because with Manella out with that concussion and now Val Fowl out there, back-to-back weeks now we've seen changes in the Fury FC midfield. Was not a good performance for them in Louisville on the road last week. I think Callum Irving did enough in goal with some clutch saves to get that team a point, and they certainly produced a handful of opportunities that gave them a chance to get a point in that game. They did end up falling 1-0. We'll see how they respond here this afternoon as we're underway.
Referee today is Pierre-Luc Lausière. His assistants Sean Hornsby and Gerard Cater-Lebuy. Fourth official is Sebastian Noshin-Ravani. All white kits for the visitors. Atlanta United 2. Ottawa in their home kits, the red and black shirts, black shorts, and black socks. As Ottawa in possession now, and they're moving left to right in this first half. And Atlanta United 2 going right to left. Ottawa playing just their sixth game of 2019. We've got some teams that have already played 8, but they sit 13th in the table, 7 points in 5 matches. A win today would put them level on points with the teams 8 through 12 in the table right now, and that includes the team they're playing, Atlanta United 2, who have 10 points, but they've played 2 more games and have 7 points.
And as you outlined there, AJ, that's why it's so critically important for Ottawa to claim the points at home this year. We've talked about it a lot since the season began, and that was a talking point coming into the season from the coaching staff and general manager Julian de Guzman, as that was how this team was going to avoid the missing the playoffs for another season, as that was really what I think you could, one of the areas you could pinpoint as their undoing last year was not being able to get maximum points at home.
Ball into the box, and it's grabbed by Castanera. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, visit selectsportamerica.com. Here's Cristiano Francois. Moves this wide right to the captain, Carl Howarth. Looks for the return ball, but that's cut off by Descasse. And Atlanta United 2 will work it into the middle. The keeper, Castanera, takes over. Ball over the head of Jack Metcalf. And Ottawa Fury in possession here. Gagnon Lapare. Now Meyer-Jaguar for Adekora. This ball intercepted. Atlanta 2 in possession as they push this up the park. Ball from Lawrence Wyke goes out of touch for an Ottawa throw. Gagnon Lapare couldn't keep possession. Goes back in for the challenge. Abassi trying to win it. But Atlanta back in control. Here's Vint. Descasse plays it over the top, and well off his line is Callum Irving to scoop it up for Ottawa Fury. 5th minute, 0-0. Decas in possession for Atlanta as they push it ahead. Comes across to Metcalf. Decas to the keeper, Castanera. Ball intercepted, and here's Oliveira now, 25 yards out. Couldn't get past Metcalf, and Atlanta United 2 will look to build it up from the back once more. Castanera. Here's Metcalf. This ball doesn't get to the intended target, and once again Callum Irving scoops it up.
Good work by Fury FC in that high line of pressure, really hemming Atlanta inside their own half.
Here's Oliveira. Comes to Gagnon Lapare. Wide left. Opasi. Sam for Gagnon Lapare. Broke it up. And it's played back into central defense. It's making a run here is Metcalf on the right flank. Slips it forward, gets it back, 25 yards out. Wyke. They look to move it out wide. It goes off the boot of Carl Howarth, but the shot from about 20 yards out goes out of touch, and it'll be a goal kick for Ottawa Fury here in the 7th minute, 0-0. Fury work it forward. And Atlanta gain possession and push this wide left. Good run here into the penalty area, but it is cleared away by Mayer Jaguar. As Ruthven wins a header, but Fury gain possession back. Francois dispossessed and comes back to Ruthven. Now to Decas. Quick little turn, and Decas works it into the Ottawa half. Cross for Metcalf. The right back from 20 yards out. Looks to play it forward off the boot of Conway and couldn't keep it in play. It'll be a goal kick for Ottawa Fury, who have 65% of the possession early. 9 minutes in, 0-0.
Well, they might have scored 9 goals this season, but they only have 2 goal scorers in the lineup this afternoon, and Jack Conway, who had that last shot, being one of them. He scored in that 4-1 loss midweek at home at the hands of the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Luis Fernando, our player to watch from today, has the other. Of course, another player that viewers and listeners might be familiar with, and Romario Williams, who was part of the Charleston Battery organization, would have seen him play here at TD Place against Fury FC, and he was a MLS signee with Atlanta United, was loaned to the Battery, and is, for the most part, been with the MLS club, but in his USL debut this season scored a hat-trick in what actually turned out, if I'm not mistaken, to be a 3-3 draw. That was with the Charlotte Independents. So we see Charlie Ward fouled there. I think a lot is going to be asked of Ward in the midfield for Fury today. A lot more attention will be drawn to him with the absence of Valfall. And last weekend in Louisville, really the first time that we've seen a team apply the amount of pressure that perhaps is warranted against a guy like Charlie Ward, who's dictated so much of the pace of the midfield for Ottawa.
Carl Howarth won a free kick here in a dangerous spot, close to the corner flag. On the right-hand side, so chance for a set piece. There really hasn't been much in the opening 10 minutes and 18 seconds here in terms of even half chances here at TD Place. Two-man wall, Kisadoo and Carlton. And it'll be Howarth with the delivery on the free kick into the penalty area. And this will go out off an Ottawa head last. Trying to pick out Kevin Oliveira in the box, and he did get his head to it, but not able to put it on target. Ball in the air in the Atlanta half, and goes out for a Fury throw. And here's Obasi. Now to Moore Sam. Into the middle. Barnathan. Charlie Ward. Good ball for Sam just outside the 18-yard box, but three white shirts converge on him, and Atlanta United gain possession only briefly. Here's Howarth down the right. He'll lay this off as Ward gets it to Gagnon Lapare. Now Mayer Jaguar. Wide left inside the Atlanta half. And Obasi plays it back towards Mayer Jaguar. Being chased by Conway. Plays it back to goal. And Kisadoo trying to force Irving into an error, but cool and calm as comes back to him through Mayer Jaguar. Chilly afternoon here, 9 degrees Celsius in late April, but I think you'll be the first to second me that just glad that it's a dry day for Ottawa Fury FC and for people in the Ottawa area with all the flooding that people are dealing with.
Yeah, it's been a tough week for a lot of people, and
here's Francois able to power forward, and the ball across the face of goal. Oh, what an opportunity there for Ottawa Fury as Francois got it across for Kevin Oliveira, just couldn't keep it in play with a wide open net right in front of him. Tight angle it would have been for Oliveira, but nonetheless a great run there by Cristiano Francois.
Yeah, great effort down that right side. Just powers his way through. Couldn't pick out the back post, almost needed to get it on the other side of his boot. But again, that high line of pressure that Ottawa's played has resulted in a few mishaps from the Atlanta defense early in this one.
Back on the flooding in the area.
Hey, it's just, you know, one of the things we saw this again 2 years ago, but it's just great that, you know, you see the community come together in a time of need for people who would be perfect strangers to them any other day, but there to help out. And when it comes to people's well-being and you know, of course, their homes, it's always tough. But it's great to see how this community has come together, the volunteers, and most importantly, people just doing what they can. And, you know, for some it's, you know, maybe it's not filling or lifting sandbags, but it's preparing hot meals or driving people from A to B or just driving trucks to get things moved around and mobilized. So it's great to see, and it's not just here in Ottawa, but throughout the entire Ottawa Valley. So hats off to everyone who supported their neighbors, friends, family, and even strangers.
Absolutely, and for many in the area, still not out of the woods yet, with more precipitation expected in the forecast, and certain peaks expected to occur middle of next week. So if you can give a helping hand, certainly go to ottawa.ca and find out where you can help out. Here's Barnathan.
Oh, right idea. Right idea.
Trying to go to Kevin Oliveira, but just on a different wavelength. And once again, Atlanta back in possession as we played a quarter of an hour here at TD Place, still scoreless.
And you can see how just Ottawa's midfield a little bit different. Barnathan kind of taking that number 6 spot, usually patrolled by Charlie Ward. Ward pushing out more to that right side with Gagnon Laparé on the left.
Ball for Kisadou, and Adakora is able to win this. Moves it for the captain, Carl Howarth. He's fouled. It'll be a free kick, Ottawa inside their own half. Fury get it to Adakora. Now to Mayer Jaguar. Wide left for Onwo Bassi. Ahead towards Oliveira. And this goes out. Offside flag is up anyways against Kevin Oliveira. Let's head down to here. First time today, pitch side. It is Tyler McDonald.
JJ, not a lot of instructions coming off the Atlanta bench, but the two that are coming is one, make sure you have a lot of patience in your decision making in the midfield, and to watch Ottawa's pressure coming on. The second one is directly to Will Vint on that far side, and that's to stay as wide as he can and attack Carl Howarth on the far side. So look for that matchup the rest of this match. Back to you guys.
Gagnon Laparé now to Carl Howarth, pushing it forward inside the Atlanta half on the wide right side. Here's Cristiano Francois. Good defending there by Benitez. It'll be an Ottawa throw. Adakora. Here's Charlie Ward. Trying to thread the needle through two defenders, and back comes Carlton. Muscling him is Barnathan, but Kisadou gains possession. And that last ball just unable to connect with Jackson Conway. It comes back to Callum Irving, and he'll scoop it up and play it ahead for Thomas Mayer Jaguar. 18th minute, 0-0. Irving. Back into the Atlanta half. It's headed clear. More Sam creating some difficulties at the back, and it is kept in play. Good work by the keeper, Castanera. As Ottawa regains possession. Howarth wins a throw. Gagnon Laparé for Charlie Ward. Adakora. Ward, halfway line. Trying to pick out Oliveira. Good work by Ruthven. But Ottawa back in possession. Obasi dispossessed. And here comes Atlanta on the counter. Luis Fernando. Trying to pick out Kisadou. The diagonal ball, but right at the edge of the 18-yard box on the right-hand side. It's scooped up by Irving once again. And Ottawa back in possession. Not a shot on target yet, and really the one half chance set up by Cristiano Francois as he put it across the face of goal earlier, and Kevin Oliveira just couldn't keep it in play. Here's more Sam. Comes wide right, Charlie Ward. Gagnon Lapare. Mayer Giguère. Wide left, Obasi. Gagnon Lapare. Mayer Giguère. Adekora, center circle. Carl Howarth. Adekora. Over the top towards Francois. Making a good run. Francois keeps it in play. Now to Howarth. Good string of possession here from Ottawa. Ward, Sam, into the middle, Gagnon Lapare. Charlie Ward. Gagnon Lapare. Ward, now to Barnathan. Gives an effort from distance, and it doesn't trouble the keeper, but why not? An effort from about 25 yards out, Dakota Barnathan, and in the end, it is the first shot on target. First save today from Dylan Castanera, 0-0. 21st minute here at TD Place.
Well, it was good ball movement by Ottawa, and I think, they were so patient in possession. They probably could have waited just a little bit more as they tried to just try and find that seam, open something up across that back line. It wasn't there, but I think they had the right idea with that movement.
And once again, they're in possession on the right. It's Cristiano Francois. Ward for Howarth.
Sorry, AJ. Speaking of Francois, one of the benefits that he brings with the pace that he has, that when you put a ball in behind, in his case, the left back, he has that ability to get there first as opposed to having a defender kind of, block you out and let the ball roll out for a goal kick or roll into touch. So he's always getting to that ball first, which is very important with how Ottawa's playing it down that right channel.
Another string of possession here for at least a minute for Ottawa Fury as Nana Adekora feeds Charlie Ward just short of the halfway line for Carl Howarth. Quick turn. Cuts to the inside, gets it to Gagnon Lapare. Now it's Kevin Oliveira. Trying to slip this through to more Sam, and he looked like there might have been a click of heels there. We'll have to wait and see the replay, but the referee does not give the penalty here in the 22nd minute. Ottawa gains possession back again. It's Ward. Barnathan for Charlie Ward. Ball over the top, more Sam. Offside.
We get a second look here. Question is did he did get a touch on it with his left foot. You could make an argument either way, AJ, when you see it, especially that second time. My first thought was, did he get a touch on the ball before there was any contact? Yes, he did. The question is was he kind of stumbling himself when perhaps the contact was made? I've seen less go for a penalty, but nonetheless, they carry on. What is positive about the play is that Ottawa was able to find that channel to get a ball through into the penalty area as they try and break down Atlanta United too.
Fury really starting to dominate possession now as Francois wins a free kick, middle of the park, inside the Atlanta half. About 40 yards out. And more Sam will take this free kick.
Well, he's quite a distance, so you'd have to think that he's trying to find top of someone's head here.
That's what he's doing. And they're calling a free kick against Nana Adekora, the foul against Adekora rather, and free kick for Atlanta United as we look to enter the 25th minute here at TD Place. Still scoreless. I'd like to see the possession stats now. In the last 5 minutes, they're heavily weighted towards Ottawa.
Yeah, our online stats will probably kind of refresh here in a minute, but currently standing at 60-40 in favor of Ottawa. 82% the passing accuracy. Really no surprise there. That last game against Louisville was the first time that we didn't kind of see the characteristic possession and ball movement by Ottawa that we'd seen in, pretty much all the games to start the season. And we've seen a lot of that in the last 15 minutes as they've really started to gain control of the pace of this game.
Played wide left for Guillermo Benitez. Here's Metcalf now, just outside the Ottawa penalty area. Lays it off, and good work by Charlie Ward. And here comes Ottawa on the counter, and it's a great pace down the right side. Cristiano Francois trying to pick out more Sam in the middle, but too many white shirts there. And easily taken care of by Ruthven. As comes now to Metcalf. Good ball over the top for Luis Fernando now, just outside the Ottawa penalty area, trying to get it onto his left foot and closed down. Good block there by Thomas Meyer-Giguère. Now a shot from distance, and that's put wide from about 30 yards out, and this will be a goal kick for Ottawa Fury FC.
Well, it wasn't a bad effort from distance. Callum Irving had a pretty good beat on it.
Lawrence Wyke with the effort.
Hailing from Bolton, England. 2 English players in the starting 11 today, the other being the man wearing the captain's armband and Jack Metcalf. He's from Liverpool.
And of course for Ottawa, you've got Onwo Bassi. English descent. Fury with a throw here. And Charlie Ward, of course, as well. Former Stoke City product. So we'll see if Ottawa, with these 2 shots on target, can find a way to pierce this Atlanta United 2 defense. Meyer-Giguère wide left for Onwo Bassi. His ball just a little behind Oliveira, and Atlanta back in possession. Let's head pitch side once again, and here is Tyler McDonald. Tyler.
Thank you, AJ. And Ottawa Fury FC trying to get their midfield to react a little faster offensively, especially when pushing forward. That direction going toward Thomas Meyer-Giguère to play the safe mode going when working in the midfield and making sure that he's available for his passes and making the right decisions after the couple turnovers on his side in the midfield. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Tyler. Here's Nana Adekora now in possession just inside the Ottawa half. 28th minute, 0-0. Charlie Ward trying to pick out Francois, and that's cut off by Benitez. Wide right, it's Metcalf. Here's Luis Fernando. The ball for Wyke, and good work from Barnathan as he'll concede the corner. First corner of the match for Atlanta.
Yeah, necessary challenge from Dakota Barnathan after a great ball into Wyke.
So Luis Fernando with the left-footed in-swinging corner from the far corner flag, and that's right into the arms just at the edge of the 6-yard box of the keeper, Callum Irving. It's the ball for Oliveira just beyond him, and played back to Castanera. Castanera looks to get this wide left. Fury gained possession. Here's Ward. He's in the middle. Barnathan. His ball broken up. Gagnon Lapore trying to win it back, but comes to Luis Fernando. Gives up possession. Good work by Moore Sam. Barnathan gets a boot to it. Now Gagnon Lapore is called for the foul.
Come on.
It's a free kick for Atlanta inside the Ottawa half. Winning the foul was Jackson Conway.
Only ball. Only ball.
Well, ball and then body. Which
it's a 50-50 ball.
It's not a foul.
There's not a foul there. I'm sorry, but come on.
I'm just saying, ball and then body means you win the ball. Diagonal ball from Metcalf. Dealt with by Carl Howarth. Ottawa in possession. We played a half hour here at TD Place, still scoreless.
Now, as long as Ottawa continues this pressure, especially in the Atlanta half, they will be rewarded for it because they're creating turnovers, but even some of the play at times from Atlanta, rushing their passes, they're just giving it away too cheaply.
Good run here by Francois, and his shot is deflected right into the arms of Dylan Castanera. Once again, Cristiano Francois creating all sorts of difficulties down the right-hand side for Ottawa.
Well, it's one of those plays where you see the challenge come from Descartes, the pressure on Francois, and that's where you would sometimes see a player go down, but he fought through it and unfortunately couldn't get the second opportunity on target as it was blocked as he was brought down.
We've got an injured Fury player down on the far sideline. That's Cristiano Francois. So hopefully Francois will be okay after taking a ball in the face, being attended to by the training staff, and it's a pretty hard blow right there. He's been fantastic for Ottawa Fury through 32 and a half minutes.
Well, Tyler and Gord had him as our player to watch for Ottawa here this afternoon, and he's certainly living up to that title.
Here's Andrew Carlton with a little step over. Works it edge of the penalty area. A long shot from distance, misses high. And it'll be another goal kick for Ottawa Fury.
Good movement down the right side by Atlanta, and Andrew Carlton, the lone MLS contracted player in the starting 11 for Atlanta United 2 here this afternoon, has been the guy who's really got things going offensively for them here today. The other one, or sorry, two others, both on the substitutes bench.
Will Vint with that effort that missed the target.
Anderson Asiadu and Chris Goslin are the two other MLS players that are available as substitutes here this afternoon.
Fury throw, 34th minute, 0-0. Good to see Cristiano Francois recovered from that jolt to the ball to the face. As Atlanta pushes forward here down the left side. Now they'll work it to the right for Jack Metcalf. Lays it off Luis Fernando. Out of Carlton. Lost possession. Good work by Barnathan. And it comes to Callum Irving, and he scoops it up. Here's Kelvin Oliveira. 40 yards out, draws the foul. Hopefully he's going to be okay. It looked like there might have been some contact with his head there. But getting up, he'll shake it off. Can't stress enough, like, it's not the old days of AstroTurf, but the field turf, there's such a big difference between field turf and grass. And when you go to ground, especially on a cold day like this, and you go to the ground like that, it's quite the painful experience. So from about 35 yards out, here's the free kick from Moore Sam. Headed across the face of goal, and it is grabbed by the keeper, Castanera. But good effort picking out Mayer Jaguar. Just unable to flick that on towards his partner in central defense, Nana Adakora, who was waiting inside the 6-yard box. And will be an Atlanta throw, 37th minute, 0-0.
Yeah, decent ball from Morris Sam. Got a lot of hang time and away from the goalkeeper that allowed Thomas Mayer-Giguère to play that back across the face of goal. Just a bit too tight for Adakor to be able to get there before Castanera.
On the free kick, it's played towards Carlton, trying to get beyond Francois with the cross, and just beyond the head of his intended target. Will go out for a goal kick in the 38th minute.
Well, for me, Andrew Carlton has been Atlanta's best and most dangerous player on the day, but I think it's better when he's quicker in possession. A couple times now, that recent one included, I don't think he got it off as cleanly, just too long in possession. When you have the skill set that he has, needs to be quicker.
Here's more Sam creating some difficulties, but Will Vint able to keep possession for Atlanta. And Vint gets this forward towards Luis Fernando. Now to Metcalf with the cross, headed away by Mayer-Giguère. Metcalf to Ruthven. Wyke plays it forward off of Kisadou, and Ottawa looks to counter. Here's Cristiano Francois. Down the right, keeps on going.
Well
good balance here from Cristiano Francois. Now he's able to get a half a step with a cross towards Oliveira. And a very important touch there by Ruthven as Oliveira was waiting back post. But once again, Cristiano Francois, the danger man, creating all sorts of havoc and opportunities for Ottawa Fury.
Well, you're starting to see the Cristiano Francois that Nikola Popovic and Julian de Guzman raved about when they signed him in the offseason. Just powered his way down the right side. If not for that touch, Kevin Oliveira would have had a glorious opportunity at the back post.
Fury back in possession just inside their own half. It's Adakora. Back to the keeper, Irving. Played towards Obasi. He gets it forward. Oliveira looking to run onto this, and Metcalf heads it out of touch for an Ottawa throw. Obasi to Sam. Looks to turn. But it's one back. Oh, Howarth able to win possession here into Francois with a shot. Cristiano Francois has been the star of this first half, and he's finally rewarded in the 40th minute. Terrific finish off the great feed from Howarth, and Francois makes it 1-0 Fury.
Well, it was simply a matter of time, AJ. The game that Cristiano Francois has been having, the high line of pressure that Ottawa has been pushing on Atlanta this afternoon. Great interception by the captain, even better feed to Francois, and a perfect finish at the back post to give Ottawa the 1-0 lead.
Well, it's certainly no more than he has deserved in this first half. And that was a terrific strike for his first Ottawa Fury FC goal.
Well, Ottawa duly rewarded for how they performed here in that first half. And once again, yes, the pressure is there, but Atlanta just giving it away too cheaply for Ottawa. And I'm sure during the halftime, that is something that head coach Stephen Glass is going to be preaching to his players. Tyler mentioned it earlier in this half, hearing those instructions coming from the Atlanta bench, but they do have to be better, especially coming outside of their own half. And giving it away in that area of the park is often going to cause you grief.
As Obasi wins the ball, but goes out for an Atlanta throw. 42nd minute, 1-0 Ottawa Fury. Here's Tyler McDonald.
JJ, and noticed so far in this first half, Ottawa Fury FC trying to use the aerial advantage of Vanoa Obasi on this near side against Luis Fernando during goal kicks, and especially down this left flank going toward goal, as they're trying to send Obasi kind of secretly behind the back four of Atlanta United. So we'll look for that to be also a talking point going toward the second half.
Thanks, Tyler. So Atlanta looking to answer. Luis Fernando now to Will Vint. Descasse. Benitez. And this goes out for an Ottawa throw. Ward with the header. And Atlanta boots it forward into the Ottawa half. Irving comes out beyond the 18-yard box and takes a deflection, careens out of touch near sideline for an Atlanta throw.
Well, important communication there between Irving and Meyer Giguère to not get mixed up in that situation, and Irving able to get to the ball, and Meyer Giguère there to help provide the block.
Vint leaves it for Ruthven. Moves it forward and puts it back to Will Vint. Plays this wide left. Good ball for Kisadou. And it just rolls beyond the byline. It'll be a goal kick for Ottawa Fury. 44th minute. 1-0 Ottawa.
Well, you have to be impressed with the play of Will Vint for Atlanta. Is one of two academy players in their lineup today, the other one being George Campbell, who's available on the bench, but at just 17 years of age, it's been some good play from Vint here this afternoon.
Obasi wins another header. Now Oliveira looking to pick out Francois again. Here's Cristiano Francois, and it's sent out for an Ottawa corner. It's once again Francois wreaking havoc.
Just needed a little bit more time as both Charlie Ward and Carl Howarth were joining the fray. But again, Cristiano Francois just tireless running down that right side. And we'll see how Atlanta look to correct that in that second half. And if more pressure goes onto that side of the park, which could well open things up down the middle or on the opposite side for Ottawa.
Or Sam with the left-footed in-swinging corner, near corner flag. Here's the delivery. It's low and not very good from Sam. He'd like a do-over there. It'll be a goal kick for Atlanta as we approach first half stoppage time.
Again, trying to do what I'll call the Ottawa trademark on their corners is whip that into the near post, but I think he mishit that as he tried to keep a tight angle.
Oliveira looks to win it here near side. One minute of stoppage time. What has been a very strong first half for the home side, Ottawa Fury FC. Here's Charlie Ward. Carl Howarth back to Ward. Here's Adekora. And he'll play it back into the Atlanta half. Castanera. Vint. Over the top trying to pick out Kisadou. And Adekora deals with that well. It will be an Atlanta throw. Howarth wins it back. Plays it to Francois, and there is the halftime whistle as Ottawa Fury FC leads it 1-0 over Atlanta United 2, courtesy a 40th minute goal from Cristiano Francois. And let's hear now from Nikola Popovic in conversation with our Tyler McDonald.
Joined by head coach Nikola Popovic. Coach, you guys are up 1-0 here after the first half of play. What was a back and forth first half? Both teams very passive with their engagement going offensively. Is that what you like to see out of your team?
I think we have to get a little bit more rhythm with the ball. We have to get a little bit more possession to be able to find the pockets when we have the ball. It wasn't possible. We are trying to press them high. Sometimes they're able to escape and create some problems. But it's been a game of transitions. And we almost all the chances that we created, except one or two, I think, came from transition. It's going to be for the next half the challenge. If you're able to maintain the possession a little bit more higher on the field and find the pockets to be able to hit them.
They have been dangerous in the first half along the outside. Do you expect them to use that outside leverage against you in the second half?
I didn't understand.
You've been very aggressive on the outside so far in the first half. Atlanta United have. Do you expect them to use that in the second half as well?
Yeah, I think they're going to continue with their plan, but we have ours. I think we are showing that we are prepared. We are able to maintain them on their half. However, I think the key is going to be able to possess more the ball and then open the pockets that they are there, but we have to come to certain positions on the field to be able to explore this.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And there you have it. Nikola Popovic in conversation with our Tyler McDonald. So Cristiano Francois with the goal. Ottawa Fury FC with the lead. 1-0 over Atlanta United 2 here at halftime. Coming up, it is our halftime show. This is Ottawa Fury FC Soccer.
This program brought to you by Gabriel Pizza. Gabriel Pizza, home of the bigger, better pizza. Now available online at GabrielPizza.com.
These photos I had to dig for because I would hide from photos. I didn't want to be acknowledged. What I would say to my former self is just get started, just begin. Go into Good Life, meet with the trainer, go to a class, just start.
Come on, come on.
Come on, go make some friends.
It's so tough to give them a run in the city, but they really love it here. Be gentle, be gentle.
We're making friends. Is he the one that, well, it's just going in circles?
Yeah.
That's mine. Off!
Come on, time to go. Come here.
The all-new Crosstrek.
Come here. Now.
It's up for it.
Oh, no. Oh, there he goes.
I just shampooed him this morning.
There are 8 million kids in Canada. By the time I finish this sentence, 6 of us will be cyberbullied. By the end of the month, 1 million. Bullied. We're not okay with that.
Welcome back to TD Plays 1-0 Ottawa Fury FC leading Atlanta United 2 after the first half of play. We'll now send it to, we got a chance to talk to Nikola Pofish during training this week here at TD Plays about today's match, and let's hear what he had to say.
The game against Louisville is a little bit frustrating for us because we were able to go in a very difficult pitch against a very difficult opponent, the champion. Okay. And we created, I think, enough to get out of there with at least 1 point. However, it wasn't possible because they are really a good team. But I think we have to bounce back and we have to come here and now show all of our confidence and show that we are getting better and better and make a good game against Atlanta. I really believe that they're going to have a lot of chances to score. However, whoever scores for us is good. We just want to win. But of course, the three men in front who are very dynamic, very, very, very strong, very aggressive, I think they will have their chances, and I really hope that they put the ball in the net.
Well, we saw some great talent so far in this first half here on the pitch at TD Place, and of course lots of talent in the USL. We'll take a look at the best of Week 7 in the USL.
Flemings around 1, around 2. Still Junior Flemings. He's gonna have a go. Excellent from Junior Flemings. Here's Spees looking for the curler, and what a save from Curtis Anderson. Waterama wants it himself! What a goal from Waterama!
The cross deflected, what a stop by Brown in the top corner. Another chance here for New Mexico, and they've got the equalizer.
Jadama will strike it with his right foot, whistle blows, steps, strikes, and saved by Rodriguez!
Here's Woodbine, into the box, Van Schake's there, Van Shake!
That's where Louisville wants to attack, shooting and scoring. It's saved by Caldwell.
Collier.
There.
Knock back towards Spencer. Brilliant finish. Flick. Could it be 2? Yes, it is. That's Hellman.
Here's Banks. Banks from distance, and that's knocked away.
Gallardo. At the top of the box. Lee gets a touch, still driving in, sends it, and into the back of the net.
It's like Joe Gallardo took almost on the entire defense there. Step left for the shot.
Chipped in, headed away. Loxley, second chance coming, diving, stopped by Fitzgerald.
Minnesota, and with Jacksonville. Nunez, and that finds the side of the net. Most of these, he takes this one.
Welcome back inside TD Place. 1-0 Ottawa Fury FC leading Atlanta United 2 through 45 minutes on the goal in the 40th minute by Cristiano Francois. We'll take a look around the USL Championship. Some news and notes starting with the Tampa Bay Rowdies as they take aim at top spot. They beat Atlanta United 2 4-1 midweek. They picked up a 1-1 draw against Charlotte last night. A very entertaining match between those two sides. Where New Mexico United is concerned, Frada Keys New Mexico fight back. An impressive 3-3 result against Portland Timbers 2 on Friday night, and that hat-trick from Cavan Freighters. And Cordovez announces his retirement. Memphis 901 FC forward Javier Cordovez announced his retirement from professional soccer on Friday following a 6-year career in the USL Championship. So those are your news and notes from around the league as we have a look at the USL Eastern Conference standings. And it's tight. You can see that race kind of at the top. St. Louis, Tampa Bay, North Carolina, Charleston, New York Red Bulls too, really all tight. At least in that top 5 right there. And then you kind of get that next layer with Indy 11, Nashville, Birmingham, Bethlehem, Atlanta United 2. Of course, Ottawa with 3 points today will vault themselves into that conversation. That would put them on 10 points. So right in there with Birmingham, Bethlehem, Atlanta United 2, their opponent today. It just shows you. And even Nashville, who you think you've seen some impressive games from them, they should be, at least on paper and by budget, the class of the league. But they've had to kind of fight tooth and nail for just the 11 points that they've been able to scrape out of their opening 7 games.
I think one of the things we see is it's what every league wants to have, Graham, is parity. And we're seeing it basically from 7 all the way up. You've got teams coming in 3 with 10. The Fury this afternoon going up to 10 if they're able to hang on and pick up the win this afternoon. So a very, very tight standings in the East, as you said, but still an awful, awful lot to play for here in 2019.
There was always so much parity in the East last year. I don't know how many times we said in broadcast that people don't realize just how tough it is every game. There was no real night off, and I think that's holding true to form again in 2019. Gord, let's have a look before we kind of get into that first half analysis. Have a look at the halftime stats, and I think the big one that I think will remain probably a consistent thing in most nights for Ottawa, it's going to be that possession. You don't see the passing stats here, but again, Ottawa, the volume of passing, how many times did they have possession for a minute and a half, perhaps even more, and it was just pass after pass, and I think that patience is so key as well.
I think it was a good first half for the Ottawa Fury. Certainly they got their noses in front with the goal, and the goal came off a bad play by the midfielder for Atlanta, but the fact of the matter is the Fury did look good in possession, as you said, knocking the ball from the left to right. The one thing I'm a bit concerned about is down the Fury left-hand side, the trio of Metcalf, Fernando and Carlton looked very, very sharp, and a lot of times they had good possession down the right-hand side. Oliveira's got to maybe drop a little bit deeper, or Gagnon Lapare come out a little bit wider to stop that trio working their magic down the right-hand side. But other than that, the Furies looked really solid in that first 45 minutes.
Yeah, trying to, I think, target the opposite way as Ottawa has done with that high line of pressure, for some turnovers in dangerous areas, which ultimately led to that goal from Cristiano Francois that has us seeing Ottawa Fury FC in front 1-0 over Atlanta United 2 through 45 minutes. Our second half comes next. This is Ottawa Fury FC Soccer.
This program brought to you by Gabriel Pizza. Gabriel Pizza, home of the bigger, better pizza. Now available online at GabrielPizza.com.
I waited till I was 49, 4 months short of my 50th birthday to start. Wish I'd started a lot earlier. Just start. The first step's the hardest. It's never a direct route to get there. What better investment can you make? Because without health, we've got nothing.
All right, everyone got everything?
Let's go.
I have to go pee.
All right, okay.
All right,
Okay.
here we go.
Wait, Dad, hold on. Something.
Okay.
All right.
I need my pillow.
Christopher!
Ah.
No.
We can't take that.
The brand new 3-row Subaru Ascent. The perfect family SUV for your mostly perfect family.
There are 8 million kids in Canada. By the time I finish this sentence, 6 of us will be cyberbullied. By the end of the month, 1 million. Bullied. We're not okay with that.
Welcome back inside TD Place. AJ Jakubek, Graham Ivory. As for television viewers, we have a look at the first half highlights, and it's a lot of Cristiano Francois creating an opportunity there for Kevin Oliveira, and eventually he would score on a terrific pass from Carl Howarth and an even better finish.
Yeah, look, it was a great first half, and a lot of those highlights are going to feature Cristiano Francois. Just those powerful runs that we see either down the right side, cutting in off the right side, and just wreaked so much havoc for the Atlanta defense no matter which way he was running at them. But really the difference was, again, that high line of pressure, some horrible giveaways from Atlanta that led to the goal. Carl Howarth with the interception and a perfect feed to Cristiano Francois, who had to slot it in nicely at the back post to give Ottawa that 1-0 lead on his first goal in Fury colors. And it was really simply a matter of time with what we've seen from Francois so far this season, especially the way he came out to start this match.
As we get set for second half action, reminder to our U.S. viewers to be sure to tune in on Wednesday, April 30th for the ESPN USL Championship Game of the Week on ESPN3. It features expansion side Memphis 901 against two-time defending USL champs Louisville City FC. It's the Game of the Week, April 30th on ESPN3 in the United States. Ball over the top for Carl Howarth, and it will be a goal kick as this is shepherded out of play.
Oh, and I think the linesman Sean Hornsby, conversation with Pierre-Luc Lausier looked as though he might have been overruled. Good pressure from Carl Howarth. It looked like he did have an argument that it wasn't out when the call initially was made before it was played out by the Atlanta defender. Nonetheless, play carries on.
So, Atlanta in their all-white kits moving left to right in this second half, and Fury in their black and red shirts, black shorts, black socks. They move right to left as this is given away right to Kevin Oliveira. Now to Gagnon Lapare, to Moore Sam with a left-footed drive, but he just got under it. But once again, Atlanta just conceding possession and some bad spots in their own half, and Ottawa just about made it 2-0 in the 47th minute.
Yeah, literally right to Kevin Oliveira. Horrible distribution there, and fortunately for Castanera, Moore Sam sent that one high and wide.
Fury with the same 11 as the first half. Both teams doing that. Irving in goal. Obasi Adekora, Mayor Jaguar and Howarth in a 4-3-3 at the back. Gagnon Lapare, Ward and Barnathan, and then up top Oliveira, Sam and Francois for Atlanta in a 4-4-2. Castanera in goal. Back four of Benitez, Decas, Ruthven and Metcalf, Fernando, Vint, Wyke and Carlton in midfield, Conway and Kisadu up top. Good ball towards Sam, and it is off his line. Castanera able to jump on that just at the edge of the 18. Here's the right back Metcalf. Comes to Decas. Now to Kissadu. His ball met by Obasi, but Atlanta still in possession on the right. Here's Benitez. His ball cleared by Atakora. Going up for it is Sam. Gango Lapare. Had he got to that ball a split second sooner, and it was a 50-50 ball, boy, he could have sent more Sam off to the races. But it will be an Atlanta throw in the 49th minute. Fury leading 1-0. Who's up, who's down? Where does your club sit? Find out every Monday in the official USL Championship Power Rankings, only on USLChampionship.com. Atlanta back in possession just inside the Ottawa half. Diagonal ball on the left. Taken by Benitez. Looks to get the cross in. Oliveira in his face. Sorry, Francois in his face, and it's miscommunication for an Ottawa goal kick. Goal kick right to Carl Howarth, now to Cristiano Francois. Good ball to Moore Sam. Inside the penalty area with the cross, he wins Fury corner.
I like that movement by Ottawa and doing it with pace. Everyone attacking on their front foot, and that was the only option for Moore Sam. And now gets Ottawa good set piece opportunity here, as he had one with that left-footed in-swinger late in the first half.
He'll do it again from the far corner flag. Plays it to Kevin Oliveira. Quick turn, trying to get the cross in for Mayer Jaguar. It's over his head. He's forced beyond the penalty area. Good cross, though. And headed away by Decas. And Fury win a free kick here.
Well, Bobassi just getting absolutely mauled. And some great work by the big guy is, I think it was he and Lawrence Wyke.
So it'll be Carl Howarth, close to the near touch line, who will send this ball into the 18-yard box of Atlanta. 5 Fury players near the spot. Here's the delivery, and it looked like Kissadu got a touch on that. Now Moore Sam with a shot, and boy, good effort from Moore Sam. Misses the far post, and Ottawa getting closer and closer to a second goal, leading 1-0 here in the 52nd minute over Atlanta.
Well, it looked as though there was a bit of miscommunication with Castanera, and I didn't get a number on the Atlanta defender there, and fell right to Moore Sam in that left-footed effort. Just missing wide at the back post as Pierre-Luc Lausière waves on the training staff for both sides. As looked as though there was a clash of heads. Kevin Oliveira, the one down for Ottawa.
So Kevin Oliveira being attended to, and getting up is Decas, the Honduran center back, and both are walking off, so that's a good sign for both teams and both individuals. So 53rd minute and a goal kick for Castanera and Atlanta. Carleton able to win it, but only briefly, and here comes more Sam quickly for Ottawa, trying to spring Barnathan on the left. And Francois is called for a foul. Atlanta with a free kick inside their own half. Fury back in action next week at St. Louis, which starts a busy stretch with 3 games in 9 days. Here comes Oliveira for Ottawa Fury. Now to Charlie Ward. Oliveira center circle. Ward being hounded by 2 players, and he does get it back to Mayor Jaguar, and now to the keeper Callum Irving. After that game at St. Louis, it's home dates against Red Bulls 2 and in North Carolina FC. Here's Carl Howarth down the right, takes the shot from a sharp angle, and that goes right to the keeper Castanera on the ground, and able to make a routine stop in the 55th minute, 1-0 Fury.
Well, the only option that the Fury captain really had was to take the effort on goal, as his first touch played him through in such an advanced role ahead of the Atlanta defenders, and there was no option to bring that ball across.
Here's Gagnon Lapare. Wide left for Onwo Bassi. Fury win another throw. You can get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for your team and then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus, get reminders on your team's next match. Go to ESPN.com and click follow for your club. Carleton looking to turn inside his own half for Atlanta. Gets this out to Benitez, looks to get it back to Carleton, but Ward plays it to Adekora, and Fury have it inside their own half. Mayor Jaguar looking to pick out Oliveira. Knocked away from him, and Oliveira able to get it back. Adekora, he'll just leave it for Callum Irving. Over the top, headed back by Ruthven. Now to Vint. Fury gained control again. Charlie Ward to Adekora, wide right inside the Atlanta half. It's Carl Howarth. And good work by Kissadou to win the ball for Atlanta. As they look for the equalizer here in the second half. Descas. Ball in behind Conway, and Adekora sends it back the other way as Ottawa looks to counter, and just getting there was Descas in front of Cristiano Francois. We will see our first sub of the match as Callum Irving controls it inside the Ottawa penalty area. Looks like Anderson Asiudu will come on for Atlanta United. Tyler Ruthven will be replaced. But ball still in play, and it's given up here by Benitez. Can Ottawa make them pay once again? The ball for Oliveira just cleared away. More Sam trying to flick it on, but Atlanta will gain possession, and they'll work in quick transition. Into the middle for Carleton. Here's Carleton trying to get it onto his right foot, and great work by Adekora, who's tripped up. Referee plays the advantage. Good play and good call there from the referee, as here comes Charlie Ward on the counter for Ottawa. Ward with a right-footed drive, and too many bodies there. Unfortunately, Fury unable to cash in, as they clearly had the numerical advantage. And now it's end-to-end stuff here as Carlton plays it wide right. Luis Fernando, edge of the penalty area, onto his left foot, and it is wide of goal. It will be a goal kick for Ottawa, and here comes Asiadu for Atlanta.
I'm surprised that Pierre-Luc Lausier isn't going back to the pocket to pull out a yellow card after that foul on Atakora that led the opportunity the other way for Ottawa Fury FC. And I think Charlie Ward acknowledged Kevin Oliveira after the play that certainly the option out to his left might have been the best decision instead of the shot that he took that was blocked. But a frantic pace over that last minute and a half.
Oliveira able to win a throw for Ottawa Fury as we are just about at the hour mark here at TD Place. A 1-0 lead, still the result in doubt for Sam. Oh, he's able to get past the defender, and his ball comes back on the right, Carl Howarth. And once again, it'll be a quick counter from Atlanta. Benitez. Asiadu.
And a great run by Cristiano Francois to apply the pressure.
As Asiadu gets it to Vint, now Carlton. Good read by Charlie Ward, but Atlanta maintains possession. Asiadu diving across is Howarth. Atlanta maintains possession, and Will Vint has it, center circle. 1-0 Fury in the 61st minute, and it will be an Ottawa throw here as that ball went awry. Near touchline.
Well, full credit to Nana Nakora, Thomas Mayer-Giguère, and Dakota Barnathan, who's almost kind of, in that number 6 role, kind of playing as a third center back for Ottawa this afternoon. The way they've set things up, they've given Atlanta very little to break through in that middle. And while they've even had possession in the attacking third, they've often been forced back further up into the midfield just because the options aren't there.
Fury with the throw here. Near touchline, Obasi gets it in. And he wins a free kick. Let's head down to Tyler McDonald.
Thank you very much, AJ. And Carl Howarth very active up and down the field for Ottawa Fury FC, and it looks like Atlanta United are going to try and use that, maybe the legs of Carl Howarth getting a little tired, and trying to use this near side and work against Carl Howarth, and then send a swing ball into the far post. That's at least what looked like they were drawing up with their fingers on the Atlanta United bench, and we'll see if it comes true. Back to you guys.
Free kick delivered Carl Howarth, and it's put towards goal. The header from Mayer-Giguère, but misses the target high. It'll be a goal kick for Atlanta in the 63rd minute. Fury leading 1-0.
The ball put into the danger area nicely by Carl Howarth, and Thomas Mayer-Giguère just gets under it a little bit too much as he tries to flick it on target.
Irving now for Ottawa Fury. Looking to roll it along the turf, and now we'll just play it long down the right channel. Howarth takes a quick throw. For Francois, comes to Sam now. Flag is up anyways on Francois. That ball from Sam just missed him, but offside anyways. And Atlanta in possession here in the 64th minute. Available subs. You've got Puckrin, the backup keeper, George Campbell, Alessandro Castro, Chris Goslin, Jose Hernandez, Joseph Samuel for Atlanta 2. For Ottawa, the backup keeper is Monsalve. Here's Carlton, dispossessed by Gagnon Lapare, who wins the free kick for Ottawa Fury. The other 6 available subs. Defenders Robert Boscovich and Jaden Vilfort. Jamar Dixon, you've got Mutumbala and Aiden Daniels, Sean Hundle as well available on the bench. Here's Francois, good ball, more Sam, and a very important last touch there. So it's an Atlanta throw. Carlton plays it back, Descasse. And a free kick goes Ottawa's way.
You're rhyming off all the subs there for Ottawa, AJ. An all-Canadian substitution bench for Fury FC on the day, including Ottawa native Jaden Vilfort, who for the first time he gets available on the bench and would have the opportunity to make his USL debut. 5 Canadians in the starting 11 for Ottawa on the day.
So Fury back in possession. And with Asiadu moving into midfield, it's been midfielder Lawrence Wyke who's gone back to play in central defense. He was the one that got that important touch on Moore Sam, preventing him from maybe giving Ottawa the 2-0 advantage. 66th minute though, and Ottawa wins possession. It's Barnathan. Now it comes out wide right. Good play by Carl Howarth to the right. Cristiano Francois with a cross, dealt with at the back post as it comes to Carlton, but once again, Fury in possession. Here's Howarth. Trying to cut inside, beats one man, goes down, and they're calling a free kick the other way.
Unbelievable. Oh my goodness.
Well, not getting any breaks from Pierre-Luc Lausier, the referee here today. But still leading 1-0 as we approach the midway point of this second half. Carl Howarth getting ever more dangerous as this game progresses, as Cristiano Francois draws the free kick, and it's taken quickly by Howarth. Now to Moore Sam to the byline, looks to get it across. Here's a drive, and it is
yes!
Thomas Meyer-Jaguar with the striker's finish as he buries it, and Fury lead it 2-0 in the 67th minute.
Well deserved by Meyer-Jaguar, but it's all because of the heads-up play by the Fury captain, Carl Howarth, quickly taking that free kick into Moore Sam, plays it to the top of the box to the waiting Thomas Meyer-Jaguar, chests it down in the left-footed volley, beats Castanera, and it's 2-0 Ottawa through 68 minutes, and that was the second goal they needed and the second goal they deserved.
Well, how about that finish from Thomas Meyer-Jaguar, center back? Good stuff. 2-0 Fury.
Well, if Nikola Popovic is looking for depth options up front, what a strike.
So 2 more subs for Atlanta. Joseph Samuel and Alessandro Castro are on. Andrew Carlton and Laurent Kissadou are off. So Maher Giguère the goal, and Fury lead it 2-0. And a good block here from Atakora as Ottawa wins a throw inside their own half. So here's Castro now. Moves it wide right. Comes now to Samuel. Joseph Samuel, the Ethiopian. Cross in, and Maher Giguère with the header. As Atlanta looks to ramp up the pressure. Flag stays down here as the cross comes in from Luis Fernando, and that's cleared away for an Atlanta throw. As you can see the urgency level augment from the visitors. Now the ball in for Samuel with a good ball towards the back post, and just sent wide by Jackson Conway. But all of a sudden, with these 2 substitutions of Castro and Samuel and a little more urgency, boy, Atlanta with their best spell of the match.
Yeah, good turn by Castro and a dangerous opportunity played through the back post as Conway had peeled off Obasi. But with that ball slicing away from goal, it was going to be always a lot of work to do for Conway to be able to correct it back on target. Certainly right. It was much better from Atlanta since those 2 substitutions were made.
So goal kick for Ottawa Fury is a little fortunate that they didn't concede there. But still with a well-deserved 2-0 advantage over Atlanta United 2. Maher Giguère on the left side towards Oliveira and sent out by Wyke for a throw.
Well, even with this 2-goal lead, and that second goal was of vital importance for Ottawa, but they need to keep doing what they've done so well through 70 minutes now, is that high line of pressure and forcing those errors from Atlanta, forcing them to rush those plays. That hasn't allowed them really to play well out of their own back line here this afternoon.
Carl Howarth able to deal with this ball just outside his penalty area, and Gagnon Lapare plays it back to the captain on the right. Ball gets away from him, and it is taken by Benitez for Descas. Wyke. Samuel. Now to Luis Fernando. Barnathan able to track back, although the ball does stay in play. Here's the cross, and header won by Atakora to Cristiano Francois. Still in a danger area. Howarth reads it well, and a good challenge here by Carl Howarth as the turn is made by Charlie Ward. Can Ottawa start the counter? Ball in for Gagnon Lapare, and he hangs in there, although it's Vint who wins possession for the visitors. Now Asiadu comes wide left for Benitez to the byline, and Benitez got the last touch. This will be a goal kick. Good work by Kevin Oliveira and Cristiano Francois there. Oliveira earlier.
Well, we've seen it both ends of the pitch this afternoon, from Cristiano Francois Certainly a lot more so in that first half, just the dangerous opportunities that he created and then the goal. But the number of times we've also seen him track back and help out defensively, as we saw again on that last play.
So goal kick, 74th minute, Fury leading 2-0. And they win a throw. Obasi. Gagnon Lapare. Here's Obasi. Quick turn. Oh, great footwork by Oliveira. Just couldn't get it to Moore Sam in the middle. And Atlanta back in possession, needing 2 goals in the last 16 minutes plus stoppage time. Here's Descasse. Through ball in for Samuel. Coming from Benitez, but a little too much mustard on it. It'll be a goal kick for Fury. $11 shots to 7. And this one for Ottawa Fury. It's been an entertaining afternoon of football here at TD Place. Ottawa looking to move up the table with their 3rd win of the season. As Oliveira plays it into space, and 50-50 battle in space is going to be won every time by Francois. Here comes Oliveira, and maybe one too many turns there as Maher Jaguar heads this out for an Atlanta throw. But once again, the skill up top from the likes of Francois, Sam, and Oliveira on display numerous times here this afternoon.
Well, and once again, Ottawa finds success offensively when they can get penetration into the opponent's penalty area, and they've been able to do that on many occasions this afternoon, including on that last chance with Kevin Oliveira.
Quarter of an hour plus stoppage time remaining, and Ottawa Fury leading 2-0 on goals from Cristiano Francois and Thomas Maher Jaguar. And they win possession again. Here's Oliveira down the left. Springs more Sam. Sam with a shot, and that's deflected out for another Ottawa corner. Can they get a 3rd goal here today? I think that's one of the things when you talk to people around OSEG. Yeah, they'd like to be competitive, they'd like to win games, but certainly they'd like to score goals at home and entertain the fans. And 4 goals in the last 2 home games is a pretty good way to help do that. Here's Carl Howarth with a right-footed in-swinger from the near corner flag. Here's the delivery. And it's headed towards Charlie Ward, but Samuel looks to start the counter here. Asiadu.
Too many touches.
Good work. Tracking back was Obasi, and Atlanta does regain possession. Wyke. Descasse, long ball towards Samuel. Headed out by Adekora for an Atlanta throw. Fernando will take it quickly. Benitez. Here's Castro. Good ball for Samuel. Looks to get the cross in right to Callum Irving. It's Castro and Samuel in particular, Asiadu as well, off the bench have provided an offensive spark for Atlanta United too. 78th minute, 2-0 Fury. Gagnon Lapare. Barnathan back to Adekora. Maher Jaguar. Atlanta back in possession. Vint holding his man, and that's a clear foul against the youngster Vint as he threw Charlie Ward to the turf. So Fury just needing to close things out here in the last 12 minutes in stoppage time.
And that's been one area of the park all afternoon that Atlanta just hasn't been able to win the battles, and that's right down the middle, and you could just see that even there with the work of Charlie Ward.
Down the left, Luis Fernando with a dangerous ball, and that went right through the 6-yard box. And once again, trying to get on the end of that was Jackson Conway, who's just missed a couple of those crosses. Irving did well to step up and make life difficult for Conway there.
Yeah, very dangerous ball delivered in there. That one by Luis Fernando, missing everybody, including Callum Irving, and going out for the goal kick. But certainly since those two substitutes were made, you saw, I think, a lot more of what Atlanta could be capable of doing down both flanks, whereas really, we talked about it at halftime with Gord, it was, applying that pressure down their right side, Ottawa's left side, and there was that one pocket kind of between Obasi and Gagnon-Laparé that they were trying to expose, and couldn't do it as much here in the second half. But since those two substitutions were made, certainly offering a lot more from Atlanta. But again, anytime you give away the ball like we've seen them do here this afternoon, you're always going to put yourself in a tough situation.
Samuel with an effort from distance, and that caroms right to the keeper Irving, who will scoop this up. Now 80 minutes played here at TD Place. 2-0 Ottawa Fury. Here's Oliveira. Comes to Barnathan. Obasi on the left. Oliveira. Gagnon-Laparé. Ottawa happy just to keep possession here with this 2-goal advantage. Played all the way back into their own half. Mayer Jaguar to Irving. Up towards Howarth. Headed out for a Fury throw. And this will be substitution number 1 for Ottawa Fury FC. Protes Muntambala comes on for Charlie Ward.
Well, another good effort from Charlie Ward in the Ottawa midfield here this afternoon.
First chance for the home crowd to see Muntambala play, as he made his debut last week in Louisville. So Atlanta bringing it up from the back. Muntambala trying to create some havoc. As it comes free to Decas. Samuel now to Benitez. The cross cleared away by Mayer Jaguar. But it's Samuel again. Joseph Samuel trying to get it onto his right foot. Good work by Carl Howarth. And, well, they're not calling a foul there. Oliveira clearly dumped. Lozier needs to wake up a little bit here. And finally this is cleared away by Mayer Jaguar, and they'll call a free kick about 15 seconds too late. 83rd minute, 2-0 Ottawa Fury. Let's head down to hear from Tyler McDonald. Tyler.
Thank you very much, AJ. And not a lot of instructions coming from the Ottawa Fury bench, which generally means that Nikola Popovic is happy with the way his squad has been playing. Obviously up 2-0, looking to see this game out. More of a passive, trying to control the ball as they have throughout this game, and try and continue and get the 3 points in this one. Back to you guys.
Reminder that fans in the United States can follow your team and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week. You can sign up today at ESPNplus.com. That's for our viewers in the United States. Fury win it through Dakota Barnathan. The only American in the starting 11 for Ottawa, gets it wide right. Francois, and good defending there from Descasse. His ball for Samuel. Comes back to the keeper, and Irving gets this wide left for an open Mutumbala. Obasi for Gagnon Laparé. Obasi now to Mayer Jaguar. Barnathan. Mayer Jaguar. Head towards Mutumbala and Sam. Gagnon Laparé follows up, but it's Descasse for Atlanta. Into the middle, Castro. Comes back to Siadou. '85th minute, 2-0 Fury. Will Vint. Now to Asiadou. Wyke. Asiadou. Descasse. Samuel. Wide left, Benitez, and Fury win it back. It's Francois for Gagnon Laparé. Ball towards Mutumbala. Wyke able to steer it aside. It goes out for a Fury throw. 5 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Gagnon Laparé as Fury lead 2-0. Trying for their third win of the season. Looking to move up to 10 points in 6 matches. Which again puts them level with a number of teams, including Atlanta, Birmingham, Bethlehem, Louisville, Pittsburgh. Whole logjam of teams on 10 points. It'll be an Atlanta throw, and the good news for Ottawa Fury, all those teams, except for Birmingham, have played more games. Birmingham have also played the 6 matches. Near touchline, it goes out as Oliveira wins a throw. As Francois gets past Descasse towards the byline, gets the cross, and too high for Mutumbala. Gagnon Laparé wins a free kick though. Near touchline. Well, this has been a terrific performance. It's always good when you get down to this point and you have multiple options for your man of the match.
Yes, we do. I think we could. Well, I think there's one that that could well be clear and obvious, but there's certainly a number on the day, AJ. And you know, the one thing, Nikola Pavic really likes to praise his team for their effort today. And of all the games this season, this for me is by far and away the best performance. It hasn't been lacking in any game, but my goodness, has it ever been top notch here this afternoon. And especially how they've pressed Atlanta. And you always see, like, the compete level from Ottawa today has been absolutely superb.
Well, the guy who won that ball, I know a lot of people would say Cristiano Francois would be clear and obvious, but there's no clear and obvious the way Carl Hauer is playing as well, in my opinion.
Now, look, and I think it's fair to expect nothing less from the captain, because that's what we've seen here. And since he's kind of established himself as that everyday starter and as the captain of this club, you know, that's what we're used to from Carl. And he just hungry, tenacious, and such a great game. And you know, certainly I think in both of our opinion, should have had a penalty one earlier just before that 2-0 goal. But a great performance from Howarth on the afternoon, that's for certain. as well as the man who's just come off for a substitution here, Morris Sam, put himself about. And again, another guy who has earned a starting role in this lineup, now replaced by Aiden Daniels, who has been probably Ottawa's best sub so far this season. Has always offers something when he comes in as a substitute.
So it is Aiden Daniels in for Morris Sam. Second of 3 available subs now in the 89th minute. Fury leading 2-0. Howard's ball broken up, and good work by Daniels to win it right back. Decas for Atlanta. Castro. On the left, Luis Fernando has lots of space inside the Ottawa 18-yard box. Pulls it back, and Castro is stopped. Didn't get much on that shot, as Callum Irving forced to make his first save of the day.
Great work by Callum Irving. And look, we talked about this before, back when they had that victory against Loudon here at TD Place. Wasn't tested a ton, but late in that game, he had to come up with a big save, and again, remaining sharp in the late stages of this 2-0 scoreline.
Vint draws the foul. 90th minute, 2-0 Ottawa Fury. And Atlanta in possession, center circle. Hearing a minimum of 3 minutes of stoppage time, as here's Mutumbala for Ottawa Fury. His ball misses Daniels. And Atlanta back in possession. Asiadu. Wide left, Benitez. Winning it back is Oliveira. Now to Francois. Ahead towards Daniels, but Decas plays it into the Ottawa half, where Gagnon Lapare gets it to Anwa Obasi. Mayer Jaguar. Long ball. Can Mutumbala run onto it? It's headed back to goal, and Castanero will build it up from the back once more. Now Howarth for Cristiano Francois. Carl Howarth back to Francois. Too many white shirts. And here's Samuel for Atlanta. Now to Castro. Towards Luis Fernando, and flag is up for offside, as Irving was well off his line to make the save in any case, but offside against Atlanta. So Ottawa looking like they're going to pick up the 3 points that they desperately wanted to get back into a playoff spot.
Well, and it's a vital 3 points, because when you look at the tough schedule to start the month of May for them, AJ, they are in St. Louis next Saturday, then home next Wednesday to take on New York Red Bulls 2. That one at 10:30 a.m. kickoff for the annual school day fixture. And then on Mother's Day, the 12th, they are home to North Carolina FC. So those next 3 games at St. Louis, who are first, here at TD Place against New York Red Bulls 2, who are 5th, and they've only played 6 games with a 4-1-1 record. And then North Carolina FC, who are currently 3rd. So that's 3 matches in the span of a week for Ottawa. So that will be a busy, big, and important week for Ottawa Fury FC.
3rd minute of stoppage time, and Carl Howarth with a free kick. Ottawa with not as many players going forward here, and almost it was a second goal from Thomas Mayer Jaguar, as he was unmarked but just unable to make contact with it. It did get to Atakora further towards the back post, but either way, he's got his goal, and with 20 seconds left, the 3 points pretty much secure.
Well, and you see that chance from Mayer Jaguar, and you have to like the game from him today. That tandem that we saw last year do so well They've been impenetrable, him and Atakora today, and then of course he gets an amazing goal to boot, helping Ottawa to a crucial 3 points.
There's the final whistle. Ottawa Fury FC with a dominant performance here at home, and they are deserved 2-0 winners over Atlanta United 2 as they move from 13th to 8th in the USL East. Back with a post-game show in a moment. This is Ottawa Fury FC Soccer.
These photos I had to dig for because I would hide from photos. I didn't want to be acknowledged. What I would say to my former self is just get started, just begin. Go into Good Life, meet with the trainer, go to a class, just start.
Come on, come on.
Come on, go make some friends.
It's so tough to give them a run in the city, but they really love it here. Be gentle, be gentle.
We're making friends. See the one that, well, it's just going in circles?
Yeah.
That's mine. Off.
Come on, time to go. Come here.
The all-new Crosstrek.
Come here. Now.
It's up for it.
Oh, no. Oh, there he goes.
I just shampooed him this morning.
There are 8 million kids in Canada. By the time I finish this sentence, 6 of us will be cyberbullied. By the end of the month, 1 million. Bullied. We're not okay with that.
Welcome back inside TD Place. AJ Jakubek, Graham Ivory. Ottawa Fury FC 2-0 winners over Atlanta United 2, and very impressive win here today for the home side.
Well, look, when they find out that the play-by-play broadcaster is celebrating his birthday, they go out and they get 3 points. So happy birthday to you, AJ. But a massive 3 points for Ottawa Fury FC on the day, and it was just a solid effort from start to finish. This team, to take a model away from their OSEG brethren, the Ottawa 67s, there was no quit in Ottawa Fury FC this afternoon. The effort was there, and they were justly rewarded for their effort in that 2-0 victory.
Well, on my birthday, I get to change the rules, and I'm choosing men of the match here today because I think there were two that both had 9 out of 10 type performances, and our men of the match today are Captain Carl Howarth and striker Cristiano Francois.
Look, it was great to see Cristiano Francois' effort in that first half and the number of chances he created and rewarded with his first goal as a member of Ottawa Fury FC. And what can you say about the captain? 90 minutes, start to finish, up and down the field, offense, defense, and everything in between. A strong game from Carl Howarth, and that's why both Howarth and Francois are our men of the match.
All right, next game for Ottawa Fury. Let's get into the stats first, the final stats from this one here today. And 54% possession from Atlanta, but Ottawa had the more dangerous opportunities, 5 shots on target to 1, 12 shots to 10. Atlanta certainly more dangerous in the last 20 minutes, and certainly their substitutions gave them some trouble, but in the end, I think 2-0 a fair result.
Look, possession with a purpose. What did you do when you had the ball and you saw what Ottawa did? And I bet if you broke down that 46% possession, you say, well, where did you have that? Well, a lot of that was spent in Atlanta's half. We saw a number of times Ottawa maintaining possession for 60 to 90 seconds, moving the ball around well, and that high line of pressure is what caused Atlanta a lot of grief, and that's why Ottawa was able to produce as they did offensively.
Next game for Ottawa Fury FC is next weekend in St. Louis, and then they have back-to-back games on the 8th and 12th against Red Bulls 2 and North Carolina FC, and so a busy stretch for Ottawa Fury as they look to climb the table up to higher areas. If they keep playing like this, especially at home, they will climb the table.
Yeah, important start to the month of May with those 3 fixtures that you outlined. And, you know, the other thing that was good today, you talk about the importance of a depth of the squad that you have, and being able, look at, they did it last week without Chris Manella in the lineup, and he's still out with that concussion, and then Vol Fall not available today. So some changes in that midfield, and then you still see a strong performance from this team. And I think that bodes very positive for Nikola Popovic and company.
All right, that does it for our broadcast here today. Our thanks to our entire crew, our producer Colin Murphy, for Gordon Smith. Thanks for this great soccer quiz today. I heard I won that over you, so that's good news.
Give it to the birthday boy.
Tyler McDonald, for Graham Ivory, I'm AJ Jakubek. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Final score again, it's Ottawa Fury FC 2, Atlanta United 2-0. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have yourself a great weekend.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.